Oh, I think my audio is double timing right now. Let's fix that. Hey, what's up, Troy? I think my audio is messed up at the moment, so let me fix it. Oh, is it coming in fine? Can you hear me just once? Like it's not doubling up on audio? Oh, you can hear me just fine? Okay, then. Wow, and my delay's looking really nice. All right, so let's go over our Kayle. Couple of things going into Kayle. So when you play Kayle, you know, when you are a top laner, you're constantly in danger before 6 because now they've made it so that Kayle is ranged. She's a range-based champion after 6. So you're looking to scale, you're looking to farm up. Currently utilizing, I'm hoping you're utilizing Kleptomancy. And you are. Okay, so we do have Klepto on. You took Teleport, and it looks like we're going to be laning up against an Akali with Fleet Footwork. So the way this is going to work is you are essentially only going to trade. You're going to respect your Q, and you're only going to trade with E. And only use your Q if she walks up to force a Q on you. That's about it. That's how the laning phase should look. So always have like a game plan and a trading pattern plan when you go into a game. That's just like a recommendation out the gate. So you're in Platinum. You're getting up in the elos. Currently, I believe you are Platinum 3. Which means your opponents are also understanding trading mechanics. They're not fully grasping rotations. They're not fully grasping positioning. But they should understand basic trading patterns. Now, Akali, against your champion, she's looking for Qs. She's looking for passive procs. And she's looking for good E angles to try to all-in you before you can get to your scaling position. Also, as Kayle, you essentially never want to be pushing unless you have solo killed your enemy. That's the only time you're ever looking to push the lane. So if you're pushing lane as Kayle at any point in the laning phase, I'll point it out just to show you that, you know, that's a huge mistake. As Kayle, you're really never looking to push for those levels unless you have an experience advantage from already killing the laner. That's about the only time that'll change. You're never looking to push for priority. If your jungle's looking for priority from a Kayle top lane, then your jungle is not playing in Season 9. He's playing in Season 8. So, okay, I really like this guarding position. Some players like to guard at the red buff, but with Kayle, I don't recommend that at all. I love this tri-brush guarding position because if you're here and the enemy decides to start taking a trade on you, you have to use flash. There's no way around it. So this is perfect. Strong points for this position. So minions are coming into lane. Let's see if you... I think now would be a perfect time because you have a Graves jungle and there's a red start. Now would be a perfect time to fake a leash. So you don't want to go into lane until your bot lane moves. On jungles that can flex both buffs, like if Graves can go, he can start red, he can start blue, he can start wherever he wants. You really want to fake those leashes to fake out the enemy team. Because in Platinum, that's how jungles will path. Okay, so you're coming in the lane at the exact same... Oh! Nice. That's not enough time for a fake leash. You want to wait until your minions are a little bit closer towards death. It looks like you're starting to push. You really... Okay, nice trade. Don't try to keep your Transcendence. Nice CSing. You're getting really aggressive with your positioning. Okay, so right here, there's no reason to trade. This is bad micro. This is an example of bad micro. Your only ability is E, and it's now on cooldown. Her ability is Q, but she can cast it again, and she likely will cast it again, and will get an auto proc off on you. She has Fleet, so she has Sustain. Her HP is a renewable resource. All you have likely is Time Warp Tonic. Let's see your item start. And Corrupting Potion. So eventually she will out-sustain you because of her Keystone. Right here, this trade is extremely aggressive. I do not agree with this trade. Your E-cast is on cooldown. So I think this is mistake number 1, just pointing out quickly. So in this trade, she's probably going to land a Q, walk back, grab her passive, and now she backs you off the wave. Okay, so she didn't proc it. She didn't run up towards you aggressively. She walked backwards. That's a mistake on her part because she wants to trade this passive because you have no E off cooldown. It comes off at 3 seconds. All in all, I'm glad you recognized the mistake, though, because you backed away, immediately recognizing that you don't have anything to trade back with. So, nice job there. Okay, we don't need to be touching these minions at all until they're last hittable. It's okay if she shoves a wave in. Okay, so you matched level 2 with her. Oh, all right. Now, why are we walking back in? Now, this is what doesn't make sense. Oh, I jumped back a little bit too far. Let's wait until you get level 2. Okay, so let's slow it down here. You're gonna Q E auto, right? That's great. Now, why did we walk back in? Because now she traded with her passive. She got an auto proc on you. She reset her energy with W because that's what she skilled second, and now she's likely gonna get a Q auto off on you again. That's a negative trade here. We're just taking non-stop negative trades. We only have to be using E. Now, I see what you're going for, though. I see you want to trade HP pools because Kayle gets stronger the lower the enemy's HP pool is, because she does percent maximum missing health. I'm sorry, percent missing health magic damage. You do have that going for you. However, her HP is going to come back faster, then you can end up killing her, especially when she keeps taking these sorts of trades. She's going to bully you out of the lane. I would like to actually look at it through your vision. I'm not opposed to how you've been wave managing, but in general, I think it's just best not to shove waves as Kayle at all. Not to even touch waves. Just let them forfeit any sort of priority that you may have. See, notice how her HP is coming back faster than yours is. And because of that, these aggressive trades you're taking are never going to work for you. You need to just take defensive trades. Looks like we're having a gank soon from Graves. He's looking. Okay, Akali's just trading perfectly with you. And so you've chunked yourself, and Graves now is looking for a gank. Let's see if he can find it. Really close, really close. You got her flash. That's fine. Okay, so she's out of lane. Don't look for a shove if the Graves isn't there. So the Graves isn't there. What you can actually do... How many... So let's take a look. You have no corrupting pot stacks. Okay, so right now, at this moment, it is the best time for you to back and teleport back in. Because she's going to be teleporting to the wave to shove it in. There's no way she's not. Right? Yeah, so she started a teleport. You should have already been backed. You should have already started backing. You shouldn't have waited for this teleport to show. Because while you're in base, while you're buying, while you're regenning your corrupting pots, and then you see her teleport, then you can match the teleport on the turret. So you're forfeiting a decent back timing. She's going to get this shove, and you're going to lose out on wave XP. Okay, now you're making a huge error. Because she's going to have you chunked. You're going to be diveable. Once this wave crashes and she gets out Q, harass, and E-poke, you're going to be in a diveable position. And the Dr. Mundo will look for that dive, especially against a Kayle that is weak. And your Graves doesn't care about your lane. Okay. Okay, Dr. Mundo's bot. Alright. So Graves is looking for a repeat gank. Akali is full HP. You might die if you try to help out. Okay, well, Graves was just not prepared at all for her to exit the Shroud, which is unfortunate. Nice, but you need a back. Your wave is now shoving towards her. She has more HP, more mana. There we go. You're looking for the recall. Very good. Okay, so she stopped your back, which is even worse for you because now you're going to miss out on these 3 minions of XP. This is a really aggressive teleport and will bring you... Okay. So she took a negative trade there because she didn't walk forward. Because she could have dropped minion aggro with a nice W, and she could have harassed you better, but that's fine. Nice, nice, nice. I'm liking these trades. Very good trading so far. The wave is fully under. You don't need to be here. You have a nice ward right here as well, but it's expiring soon. Okay, we're a little bit too far into the lane without any vision anymore. I'm fairly certain we have a trinket. Yeah, we actually have 2 trinkets, 0 placed. So right here, big mistake. Right? Okay, so we see Fizz on the map. We see Ezreal down there. Big mistake, though. We don't have any vision, and we're already within river. So if Mundo walks through Tri, we're dead, and if Mundo walks through river, up and paths accordingly right through here, we're also dead. Especially if we're going for a CS. Especially if Akali E's backwards and gets the slow on her Q. Okay, trading solidly, but at the same time, you know, like right now, Akali's E is on cooldown, Akali's Shroud is on cooldown. We should be walking up. So your E, I'm assuming, is what you're maxing. Yeah, it's off cooldown. We should be up trying to get her with an E. Your E auto range. Oh, now you're 6. So now you're ranged. So once you become ranged, you should already be in front of her. You should already, like, now that you've noticed your XP, your minion XP that's coming towards you, we should be autoing her. With ranged, pressing E, she has no E, she has no W, right? Her stuff's on cooldown. There we go. She doesn't have R yet. You're about to skill your R, but you should be walking towards her to enforce that pressure because now you've become a champion, right? So you just skilled it. We're ranged. Her stuff is, you know, was on cooldown. Her Shroud's still on cooldown. That's a cooldown you want to abuse. There we go. There we go. That's perfect. Keep autoing. She can't do anything. Keep autoing. Okay, she just hit 6. Her E was used. Her Shroud's off cooldown. Nice. Perfect. Nice laning trading. But, all right, big mistake again still. We still have no vision. This is way too dark for you to be standing right here. This portion of the map needs to have some light in it for you to feel justified to harass the Akali under turret. The only way you kill her is with a nice R trade, and that only happens if Dr. Mundo isn't pathing up. So let's see where Dr. Mundo is right now. Okay, so Dr. Mundo's waiting in a bush. So you're safe, but had Dr. Mundo been right here, it would have spelt your demise, you know? So you really have to be cautious with those things. But since Dr. Mundo isn't anywhere nearby, and the map is now dark, let's see how you balance harassing the Akali under her turret. Looks like there's an Infernal Dragon up. Both teleports are down, so you're not going to have any influence over that. Your bot lane is losing priority rapidly. And the Ezreal has a huge lead. Okay. Couldn't get the wave quite under. Nice. You hit her with your Q. Your trades are, for playing Kayle as aggressively as you are, your trades are fairly adequate. Okay, we missed a CS, but that's no biggie. Your CS, you always know as a player that CS can be improved. Okay, we should be harassing her under a turret. We should be looking for an E. Okay, so you know Mundo's dead, so we don't have to worry about wards. If you do opt for warding after you get a nice shove in. Okay, we go. Where's the Q? There's the Q. We find the Q. There's the autos. There's her first R. R1. Okay, so she's going to be backing. Once you shove this in, we should look to place a ward and recall. Okay, you're shoving out another wave. So this wave would have bounced back, and Akali would have lost XP. But you're going to try to deny another wave. That's also, that's also a course of action. However, I think that getting vision is more important than that wave. So opportunity cost, right? When you're looking at trades for macro and top lane. That wave shove could also be vision where you need it. An aggressive warding. You saw Mundo die, so you know he has to be pathing up towards his jungle, the opposite side of where he once was, and he died down by Infernal Dragon, which is in front of his red side. So you know that Mundo is likely going to be right around here, right? So let's turn it. Let's see. Okay, well, the Mundo... Yet again, I suppose I'm wrong. This Mundo is pathing down towards his Krugs, and he's going to take a long path up towards his blue. So it looks like by happenstance, you were fortuitous in that Mundo didn't path straight towards his blue side. But if you just did opt to getting a ward, your team would have noticed a point of contention, a point where they can actually aggressively fight, because the Mundo is behind currently, and you would have seen the blue buff that is likely up. So you definitely want to look for those aggressive wards, but the wave is good too. You deny Akali a wave, you gain a wave. They're both great choices. I personally would opt to vision, though, because we've been sitting on wards for far too long. Let's see if we back. Hopefully we get a control ward when we back, because we do have lane priority. We do have experience over Akali, so let's see it. So you have your Cutlass, but you didn't buy a control ward. I think control ward would have been fantastic. Okay, so now we're back in lane, but we still have no vision. I can tell that you just don't necessarily agree with warding as a concept, but for top lane, that will punish you more and more over time. Akali's going to ward right now. Right, so let's pause. Let's see how her side of the map looks. So she has vision here. She has vision here. So Akali's side is pretty well lit. You're pushed in, so you don't need vision right now. The odds of you getting dove, especially with your ult off of cooldown, are fairly low. Nice yesing. So if you had a control ward, now would be a perfect place, or now would be a perfect time and place to use it. You'd want to put it in this tribe rush. You'd want to contest vision as a ranged champion and as Akali being melee. If you saw that she was going for the ward contest, you'd know that her jungler is nearby. That's one way you can tell if a jungler is nearby, is if they're going for over aggressive vision congestion. Nice harass. There we go. She has the EMR. Perfect. Nice bait. Okay, so Akali slipped out. It looks like she's running towards Mundo. Good choice. Instead of following her, you're shoving. Okay, Mundo's bot. I'm crazy. Nice. Nice shove. You guys can look for the dive here, and I don't blame you if you do. Okay. Graves opts into playing against the dive, which is fine. Nice harass. You know, you're keeping the pressure on. I like that. I agree with it now. Now that you're a ranged champion, I fully agree with this style of play. Great auto. Nice. So you're looking to just keep you're continuously denying minion waves. So you're probably going to get level 10 on her, and you're probably going to have level 10 on her once you return to lane. You should have looked to shoving back. It's fine. We're wasting a couple of seconds, but those seconds don't necessarily matter as much. Okay, so let's see if we finally buy a control ward. We have no control ward. Did you teleport? Okay, you teleported. I don't agree with you. Okay, so this wave, right? If you want to optimize your back timings, when you see your teleport last time, you could have opted to shove wave because this next wave right here, would have held proper against her, and you could have still laned against her, and you could have tried to reset off of a wave that she wasn't crashing in towards. But this is also still acceptable. I definitely think you should be looking to buy control wards. I think that the teleporting to catch just a base melee and caster wave isn't something I agree with. Your teleport is worth a lot more, especially as a Kayle, especially as level 9. You can be looking to use your ult around the map, right? You can be looking to influence any fight anywhere with your teleport within 3 seconds. You can be there with an ult. So your teleport matters more and more the higher elo you get, right? Certain teams will actually dodge if the top laner is opting for Ignite instead of teleport because they think teleport has that much influence, and top lane does actually have influence outside of their own lane. But you're already up on XP, so you can sacrifice these minions. You don't have to do the teleport. You've already denied Akali a wave. 2 waves, actually. It's been 2 waves that you denied Akali. So this one wave isn't going to make her gain a massive lead over you. But that teleport, using teleport, and letting them know where you've used teleport is a huge advantage that you're giving away as a top laner. Please do keep that in mind. I think you've been CSing fantastically so far. We're at 100 for 12 minutes, so this is great. So Akali was missing. You did ping that Akali was missing. And you are shoving the wave. So that wave is going to be another wave denied. Oh, she's in lane just in time for it. Nice try. Okay, we need vision. Right? It's been a long time. We haven't seen Mundo in top lane at all. It's 13 minutes into the game, and we still haven't placed a single ward. So, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we're at 0 vision score. Oh, there's the ward. There's our first ward. Okay, nice. But it's in our lane. That ward was, I bet you were probably afraid of Mundo from the in lane gank, which tends to happen far less than the Tri-Brush gank or the Riverside gank. But I think you would have gained more benefit from warding these areas and using your Q to check. Because there is particle effects if your Q does collide with something, even out of vision. We should look to place that second ward. Okay, you're getting a recall. Nice.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Kali's out of vision, so we're shoving. Not advisable without vision again. I'm not so sure about what the standing still there was. But that's alright. I'm assuming you just had to do something in real life there for a second. Okay, so we see Dr. Mundo. We see how he's on Graves. You're walking back to lane, so you're likely staring over there. We see Fizz on the map. Everybody is visible. Ezreal ult's coming straight at you.
Blue team double kill.
Mundo gets a double, and a defense ping is sent towards mid lane.
Triple kill.
I agree with this. I think we should rotate mid
Quadra kill.
right now. I think it's better to protect the mid lane opening up because top lane, you saw Akali rotating down. Unfortunate, Mundo did get a triple kill. If you had teleport, you likely would have been... So, think about this. As a domino effect, right? If you had teleport right now, you would have been able to influence this fight right here with this ward. But because you used teleport to catch a minion wave previously, your influence and your agency on this fight that just occurred is completely lost. So these decisions you have during laning phase definitely have longer lasting consequences and definitely affect your team in ways that you don't necessarily see at the moment. We still have no vision, but we don't know when the Akali is rotating back up top or how she's rotating up top. But she should be coming into lane very soon. Okay, there we go. We just saw her walk through our control ward that was spotted in jungle. She's probably going to be catching a wave through here. Yep, we're likely going to die here because of our overstep. So we had an overstep right around right here. We know Akali's rotating back. Kill these minions and back away because she can run us down the lane, especially with her lead. She had previously just bought. She has Gunblade. We have Gunblade. But Akali utilizes that slow on Gunblade far more efficiently than Kayle does because Akali's trying to keep you in her melee combos and Akali dishes out more damage in a shorter amount of time than Kayle does. So once that Q's sent, you're kind of walking towards the tower, we should be walking away. We know Akali has to pick up this wave. And we know she can close the distance on us if we decide to push the turret, and we will die for it. So it's at this moment where we have made a mistake. On top of this tower aggro, the tower aggro is just telling you to get out of here anyways. So there's that. Yep, Akali does R1. Okay, it was flash for flash, R for R, but Akali comes out. Those sorts of leads, though, those sorts of flash for flash leads mean less if your jungler is more behind. Because your Graves is losing to the Dr. Mundo hard right now, the Mundo has a 700 gold bounty shut down. Because of this losing and disadvantaged position that you've been put in, you need to look for more concise trades that actually benefit your team. The flash for flash doesn't help you. Graves still can't gank Akali even with her flash being on cooldown. He needs Shroud, he needs E, and he needs her flash all on cooldown. And her R because she has that many escapes to get out of the lane. Because you're an auto attack based champion, you're not going to be able to punish Akali nearly as much as a CC skill shot based champion. So all that in mind, I see you pinging the flash. That is good communication, but if you're thinking that ping actually has or carries weight in effect of the team, Akali's still going to be as slippery as possible, and there's no lead to be gained with the flash for flash. All we lose as Kayle with our flash being gone is we lose our escape and we lose our ability to save someone in a critical moment in a team fight with our flash R. Things are really tight. but we might be able to break through with a lead of some sorts. You know, that was only her first death, but Akali is 2-0 because of her roam kill and then that kill in lane. Okay, Graves shows top. It's fine, not that bad. He catches the wave. It's good. There's no dragon that's up, so it's not like he's making a huge mistake by showing top. Good thing though is we are scaling, and we have amazing CS right now. So nice job. Okay, you need vision. Akali could have baited it back, and she could actually be looking to kill you here. We still haven't placed any vision in the river or the tri-brush. Okay, we have no teleport to influence the bot lane play that's going on. And Akali has shown top. So we can look to back. If you'd like, oh wait, never mind. There's no buys that we can possibly have right now, so nice job. One second, let me use the restroom. So, nice. We have a ward down. Did we swap trinkets? Oh, we swapped trinkets to Farsight. Okay, so we're finally placing wards down. Although it broke immediately. I like the effort there. Okay, we're walking up way too much right now into Akali. Well, she has her abilities on cooldown, so now you can look to go in and trade. But keep in mind that, you know, she has Gunblade. She's going to sustain through all the damage. Okay, we're trading efficiently still now that we have Gunblade ourselves as Kayle. They have Rift Herald. So I suppose you and Akali could both afford to trade. All that matters is that you don't die now. Nice. CSing of the enemy jungle. Okay, looks like we're going to get Tower Dove. I don't think that there's a single thing you can actually do here. Okay. We didn't know Akali was in R2, so I can totally forgive you for that micromechanical mistake of not pressing R sooner. But we lose our turret. So right around now as Kayle, you need to be looking for an Executioners. So a strong recommendation I would have is to sell your Stinger, because we likely had just bought that. Undo that and purchase an Executioner's Calling as Kayle, so that our abilities actually inflict healing debuff. It inflicts Grievous Wounds because we need Grievous Wounds to deal with the Mundo, because he's become kind of a sort of monster. So the only person with healing debuff on your team is Ahri, and she's the only one that's finding success with KDA currently. Right now you should be looking to go bot lane. Just to gain XP. You'd want to push waves and stay out of vision. I think going top lane is not advisable here. You can't really draw people though, so no matter what lane you go in, if it's not pushing towards you, it looks like it'll just get you killed. So you want to bounce this wave and attempt to shove the wave as it pushes back towards you. Okay, nice. You got the turret. And that wave should be pushing back towards you. So you have that wave set up. You can now group and look to catch that wave. So something that isn't done frequently in the higher MMR brackets is proper freezes aren't executed after 20 minutes. So now that you have this wave pushing back towards you, you want to try to freeze the wave right around here or right around here, right? As Kayle, you don't really have, an AoE on your auto attack unless you press E, so you don't have to break any sort of freeze if you're good at managing freezes. Right here is the optimal freeze location, because if you walk up for this wave, you risk death, right? If you walk up for any wave along this line, you risk death, because it's after 20 minutes, you're a slightly immobile champion against a really heavily mobile comp. Mundo has a movement speed buff. Akali has R1, R2, E, and W move speed. Ezreal has E. Sona has movement speed buff. Fizz can cross a short distance in a short time with his E, with his Q. So as Kayle, you're up against a high mobility champ team. And because of that, you need to freeze to be able to stay alive and to be able to continue to gather resources. So if you shove out waves, you're hurting yourself, you're hurting your team. You can't go out there without dying. And if you do go out there and you do end up dying, that's reducing your agency in the game in the long term. So definitely look for those sorts of freezes, post 20 minutes at least. If you were playing another champion like Tryndamere, right now I would tell you to be splitting bot lane to try to match the Akali. But there isn't a single champion on that team that you can solo kill right now. With that in mind, grouping is ideal, just like you're doing. It looks like you guys are about to get a pick, maybe a second pick. But grouping and maintaining a freeze. So keep that in mind. Nice job. Is Fizz going to R? Fizz is looking for some form of R. Okay, we're walking a little aggressive. You're walking a little aggressive against a team comp that can kind of delete you right now. So right here, I feel like you're serving little to no purpose save for an R guard on someone on your team. You shouldn't be looking for any form of engage like you were previously, because you're far too weak to be fighting. You need levels, you need time, and you need to scale. So I understand the desire to be an R guard, but you're eating abilities, you're taking damage that you shouldn't be right now. Okay, we're rotating over. The fight's already ended, and we're showing up to a fight that's already ended. So you're not really doing anything right now. And because of that, you have this wave up here that you could be slowly receiving with extreme last hits. So when I say slowly receiving a wave, I mean like you need to be autoing a wave so well, right? You need to be lasting it so well that you're killing the minions at 1 HP, at 2 HP, or you're missing the CS because you tried to catch them at 1 or 2 HP. So you need to be looking to do that and eating waves and eating experience. This is good. I like this. You're eating this wave. This is great. You just leveled up. We need to be doing the same thing top lane as we receive the wave as it pushes towards our turret, and then we need to maintain a freeze. You have to be serving some form of purpose right now. You're defending against this siege mid lane, which is good. But just a moment ago, you were doing something that served no purpose out of laning phase. Nice, we're heading top. I mean, $1 million to 1. There's no way you eat this and freeze it. Okay, Mundo is forcibly shoving. So if you had Executioners, you'd have way more of a threat against him right now, but there's just no way you can kill him. There's no feasible way. And he can look for a tower dive on you by just simply hitting a cleaver. Mundo, in all honesty, could look for a tower dive on both of you there, but... Okay, you should be slow pushing, not fast pushing. Okay, we're staying to match Mundo. I mean, he's just keeping the pressure up, which is fine. Your bot lane should be pushing up towards that turret while this occurs, and it looks like we're going to die for free here. So try to kite. You can't out-kite this Mundo. He's a little bit too strong, but if you did have Executioners, that threat would be more than enough to scare him, right? Because this Ahri's hitting him with Executioners, and he's running back. Or Ahri's hitting him with Morello, and he's a little bit scared. That item buy means everything up against a Mundo player. Okay, we're heading back mid lane. We know that they're going to be sieging the Baron soon. All of our inner turrets are gone, save for mid lane, so all of our tier 2 turrets have been destroyed. And our team doesn't have enough vision to let us see what's happening on the Baron. We haven't purchased control wards. We're basically looking to concede this Baron. Or we're hoping that our Graves can steal it. We're behind 5k, and their team is well ahead of ours in terms of strength. And they can force this Baron. They can brute force the Baron. We're getting close to level 16, though. And because you aren't freezing, you're losing out on resource, right? These minions are being killed. This is XP you're not getting anymore because you're pushing so fervently. Yep, it looks like they're brute forcing the Baron, quite possibly, or setting up for the Dragon. Either way, you know, we're being put into a horrible predicament because of how far behind we are as a team. We have our teleport up, though. So we can look to teleport into a Baron steal for the Graves. You can teleport into the pit at the same time, sync it up. Graves goes in for the smite, and you ult him so that he can get off the smite. So you and Graves can steal, should you desire it, on any objective right now. Yet again, you know, as a champion, right now it just feels like you're only fulfilling the role of R-bot. And you're trying to get to level 16 at the same time. Okay, here we go. We're actually going to be in a team fight. We ulted a little bit too late. And our team's just gonna... We're all gonna die here. There's no way we win this at all. Not even with all the kiting in the worlds. That Mundo's just gonna run us all down. Yep. And I'd assume that this is where FF gets thrown up. Okay, Ezreal's... There we go. So they ace. That's Baron for them. It's mid turret and Baron. Looks like we're going to lose this inhibitor turret as well. They're all rotating over. And level 16 is not going to save us anymore. Teleport is now a useless summoner spell at this point in the game. So some form, some changes that we need to hit right now, right, are the way we lane, have a game plan. You can't one size fits all the aggressive Kayle playstyle because it only seems to have punished us thus far. You were able to harass the Akali a decent amount because of your playstyle, but we were never able to secure any form of kill. I feel like at this point you might have given up in the game. Surrender vote failed. Also, we need to look to freeze to gain resources in the mid game after 20 minutes. On top of that, we need to utilize our champion's strengths, play around our opponent's cooldowns. Vision is key. I'm surprised that the Mundo never ganked you. But the Mundo did end up getting a lead from bot lane anyways. Great art timing there. But we're going to die because our team is just far too behind. Consider optimizing your build as well. So we went a standard Gunblade Nashor's Tooth build, but I think we should have been looking for a Blade of the Ruined King. A Blade of the Ruined King into something that can give us more kite ability. So Blade of the Ruined King into potentially Triforce. I know Triforce was an older build on Kayle. I'm not sure if it's standard now, but situationally speaking, you definitely need to kite more. You need more movement speed. You need to get away from them, but you also need to be in crucial places to do damage when you are there. So Blade of the Ruined King would let you melt the Mundo. It'd let you melt the Akali. You would actually be doing significant damage to them. You'd gain movement speed from using its active. Trinity Force, you would auto, you'd Q, and you'd move faster because of the Phage passive. Executioner's Culling, you definitely want that. Executioners to reduce the healing on their team composition, especially because Akali went Gunblade. Akali went Gunblade, Ezreal went Lifesteal, Mundo has his R. All of those champions have high healing capabilities, so you definitely want to look to reduce that. Itemize against their team, have teleport up for the plays that you need it most. Don't teleport back to catch one minion wave when you can use that teleport to influence a bot lane fight, which could turn the tides of the slow decline of the game into an advantage. Freeze waves, catch waves, mid-game currency, all of these sorts of things, vision, these sorts of things can be improved, can be worked on. It looks like you have trading patterns with Kayle down, though. Like you know what you're doing on Kayle itself. You might not know what you're doing on the map after a certain point if your team is too far behind, though, is what it looks like. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, man. Good luck. And let me know how I did.